Ladies and gentlemen, Saturday night, getting a little pregame going. We want to thank you all our Saturday night pregame fans. If this is your first time tuning in, thank you. If you're a repeat, we appreciate it.
If you're a repeat, there are repeats.
The tons of repeats, tons. Actually, we're doing okay. Listen, having a lot of fun with it. So, and hopefully people are liking it. Getting a bunch of listens. So hopefully it's going well. If it isn't, oh well, we're still pre-gaming and having a good old time. You know what I'm saying, boys? How are we doing today?
Exactly.
What a week. What a long, I don't know what you guys, again, I think we said this is just that time of year. I think everybody's kind of just driving with work and such, but it was, I remember getting to Wednesday. I tweeted out a picture. Joe sent us he Instagrammed out a picture of the drinks we had last week, the mezcal.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly, when I said that, it's been, like, I honestly wanted one. Like, I wanted a drink on Wednesday. It was one of those weeks.
It was one of those situations where I was like, oh man, it's only Monday. And then by Wednesday I was like, I don't have enough time. I need more time. There's just so much to do.
Oh yeah.
And I was panicking then that it would go slower so I could get the things I needed done.
So I remember when I started working like at Walgreens, you have those first jobs like when you were a baker and all that shenanigans. I remember being at Walgreens just like counting like the seconds down so I could get off of work.
Yeah.
And when you get like your first you get a real job, your career job, it's more like you're like, okay, how many hours do I have? Do I have enough time to get this done and at least get 8 hours of sleep?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm looking forward to. But then again, I mean, that also makes like your workday go by.
Yeah, it definitely is not one where the day drags. That's for sure. That's a blessing in and of itself because you could be in a situation you're counting the minutes.
Yes,
and you're like, good God.
I remember,
how long has it been? It's been 2 minutes. Oh my God. I've got another 7 hours and 58 minutes.
Oh, dude, right? No, when Joe Rogan was talking about, I forget who he was talking to, maybe Lex Fridman, about how automation is making jobs like pretty much like
obsolete.
A lot of, but they also have all this money that they have to have employees still. So certain parts of the jobs are, oh no, Chris, what are you doing?
I don't know what the hell.
What are you doing? Now you're going to get us demonetized if we were still,
I don't think anybody can.
On a commercial.
I don't think anybody can name that tune.
No, that's true. That's actually a commercial too. But whatever. So I was getting back to, and he was talking about how people have to almost, instead of doing like, they do their job and then they have to kind of like make up time to fill so that they're not, because if you do
produce busy work.
Yes. Because if you come off as like, oh, I'm doing all this work, and then they realize like, oh, we could probably pay somebody else to do your job and that job.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of people's jobs now are figuring out how to make it seem like they're busy.
I saw a fantastic Cyanide and Happiness comic, and it was like,
what is that?
It's just, you ever see them? It's like, it's a guy, he's got a circle head, a square body, and then just stick arms. They're pretty, I bet you if I showed you, you'd probably see them.
It's like a meme?
Yeah, a lot of them get turned into memes, and one of them was a guy, and it said 3:54 p.m. Finally done, whoo! And then then the next panel, 11:59 at night. Hey, just got finished with this. Send, and then the next panel is him and his boss going. Hey, thanks for working late on that. I really appreciate you getting that done. And then the last panel is just like him smiling, like. Those fake smiles, but it's like some people probably do have to do that. Wouldn't be a bad place to be in. No. It's just interesting because the perception is if you're not working, you're not making money.
That's true.
And that's not the case anymore, I feel like.
That's how you kind of get, like, you show off when you first start a new job. It's like being first in, last out, working late. And it's like some jobs don't need that, but you have to. No. But that's how you like impress people.
I think it's an old mentality. You see this a lot, like, especially talking to Max, works at a big tech company, right? He just carries random hours. For him, he'll work in the morning, especially now that he's at home even more. He already had like the whole at home thing kind of going for him in general, but now he's like, I work to get the work done, and the schedule doesn't have to be between 9 to 5. Yeah. If I have an hour here, I'll do the work and I'll do what I need to get done. But as long as the project gets done at the end of whatever the due date is, It's
Exactly.
like you're responsible for yourself, which is also something I feel like you only get when you're higher up, because at that point you don't have someone micromanaging you either.
But doesn't it? I don't know. That starts to feel like, does work ever end then? Because aren't you always kind of feeling like in the back of your mind you're always in work at some point? Like I'd love to talk to, like, for me personally, like it's work can happen at any point, which is the kind of the crap part of having like your email and your cell phone and stuff.
I was legitimately last night. It was probably about 7:00, and I was driving, and I had just gotten done with work, and I was like, all right, and I get a call from a number I don't recognize, and it's literally one of our like clients calling about asking a question. And I was like, why are you calling me at 7:00 on a Friday night?
Yeah, jeez.
I mean, I answered it, I helped, I did the thing, but it's like there's no boundaries anymore. And
no, especially with COVID, I think you're going to start to see that, where it's like you're expected to be almost on call 24/7.
I think in his industry, they've had that mentality for so long, the bit where if you're not working, it's not the end of the world kind of thing. So it's a little more balanced for them. Like, you get an email at 6 p.m., okay, I'll deal with it in the morning. Or, hey, I'll take care of this tonight. You know, it's not this sense of urgency. One thing my boss told me, especially in the last few months, I feel like it's been more stressful, but he goes, listen, we're not doctors, all right? We're not saving lives.
That's what I was just thinking.
He goes, worst case, what's the worst thing we do? A check needs to get cut the next day. Yeah. Like, that's the most...
Somebody's not going to get paid.
Yeah, somebody's not getting paid today, they're getting paid tomorrow. Or they're not getting paid Friday, they're getting paid Monday. But that's the most extreme something we'll get, you know?
When I was at Corvus at the end of my run there, I wouldn't tell the office, I wouldn't look at my phone. I wouldn't look at my email until I got the next day. And I was like, I'm just done. Because there was a point where I was checking and stuff so often. I was like, this is nonsense.
We have a client that more recently has just kind of become kind of a pain. And I used to, I would just be available whenever they needed. And now they're just on the back burner. And I'm thinking, if it's somebody, because, we're client based. So if it's a client that, is a good client, but if not, I try to, once I leave work, don't check emails until I get in the office at this point. It's tough.
Yeah.
I think everybody's kind of feeling that. I think now we're getting even closer to...
Those boundaries are getting blurred because of COVID.
But I think we're starting to get closer. It's like one of the things I was thinking about this week is, and was really interested in what you guys thought is, on Texas opening completely up. That's insane to me.
Well, I think Texas does.
But I don't know if this is... It's not politically charged, and that completely insane to me. That's kind of silly. But, I mean...
It shouldn't be a political thing.
No, that's true.
But it is.
I think a lot of people do make it into that, but it's definitely not a political thing.
But I'm just thinking, why not just keep the mask until we're a little bit closer with the vaccine?
I think Texas is definitely a political statement there.
So this is something interesting, though.
Okay, so I should have done a little more research on this. In my head, first thing I thought, so my first reaction was like, hey, I get it. That's awesome that we're starting to open up, but to just get rid of the mask mandate, why?
Well, we went from 0 to 60, almost essentially doing. There's no gradual in between there. They're like, everything's open now. Go for it.
Well, I was going to say, here's the thing with Texas, though. They, on a state level, are not enforcing the masks, but each, I think, county, each, a mayor can decide, and I think it can go even more granular than that. It's just not mandated by the state nationwide now. So
statewide,
I guess the idea is, or the thought behind it is, if another area is doing better, they don't need to be. I
mean, parts of Texas are very rural too. Other parts are just like any
other that's Illinois too. Illinois is, it's pretty much rural. Besides,
the whole west part of Texas is all farmlands. There's nobody out there.
Again, Illinois is. If you go to southern Illinois, it's all our cornfields. That's it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah.
And I get that, but that's what I was thinking in my head. I'm thinking Texas can do this because we don't have one central thought. It's everybody's on their own, kind of figuring it out. And I don't know if that's it's good because you don't want to give the federal government that much control because they'll never give it back. Just like the states don't want to give any power back.
Yeah.
But it is kind of. I'm also thinking is it nice that the states are finally giving some of that back? Hey, we've been doing this for a year. And no offense to you guys, none of the stuff you've really done worked at all.
It's also interesting they opened it after their like whole power crisis they had there too.
Oh yeah, with that whole thing. I mean, there's so many lawsuits happening there. But I'll be 100% honest. The most shocking thing to me about that whole situation is, I thought it was a nationwide thing. I thought it came from like the president
From Biden?
mandating. No. The mask thing.
Oh.
I thought it was like
I
nationwide.
think he did say something.
He did want to do one, yeah. I'm not sure he actually enacted it.
So when Texas was like, hey, we're not requiring the mask, which here's the thing. It leaves it up to the individual then. It's not saying, hey, you can't wear a mask. So if people are in the state and they want to,
when do you think you're going to feel comfortable not wearing a mask? Like I was thinking about this, and it does give me a little anxiety, like thinking now going to like because I've been watching on YouTube, like I just have like one of the DJ up, and he's playing these huge concerts, and I'm thinking like, when would I ever feel comfortable going into that situation without not?
I think about that. Like, there's part of me who's like, who cares about the masks, whatever. And then I go to a store and I go grocery shopping on a weekend, and somebody's bumping. Oh man, today I went to go get groceries, and I just went to get green beans.
Yeah. At
Costco.
Just green beans, huh?
Just green beans.
That's crazy.
I had everything else.
Beans.
Yeah.
So man likes his green beans.
Yeah. So I just go in to get that, and it's a nicer older lady. If I had to guess her age, I'd guess mid to late 50s.
Okay.
Right? All I had were the green beans, gave her my receipt, and she started saying, oh, I like this, or oh, I like... And I thought she was going to say, oh, I like just the one item. Makes it easy. She goes, oh, I like those green beans. Those are really good green beans. I go, oh, I know, yeah. They're great. And I start kind of like, shuffling off. Like, hey, that was our quick cut. She gets I'm not even joking. She's probably about 5'5", something. And just snuggles up to me.
Oh, no.
Oh, really? Like, shoulder to shoulder, literally. And leans into me. And she's like, you put a little, and stops me. Grabs me by the arm. She stops me. And she goes, you put a little potato in there, some onion, sprinkle it with some garlic. I go, oh yeah. Now I'm uncomfortable because not even at this point.
You sure it's not COVID?
It's not even COVID. It was just that lady where I was like, oh, she's really into her green beans. I need this so I can eat.
Are her green beans a metaphor for something else? She wanted Joe.
Are the green beans like fresh or are they frozen? First of all,
fresh. They are fresh.
Okay. Secondly, who puts green beans and potatoes together? That's not a thing.
She's inviting Joe over for the green beans.
Listen, she's
looking
for
garlic casserole. She's like, you mix the potato. Joe's Irish, and the green bean. Her, you get a little. You get it in there a little bit.
Give it to me again.
It's funny you say that. It's funny you say that because I'm a big. My dinner would be like potatoes, green beans, and then either fish or steak.
Separate, like, you're not
I'm not.
She's saying
he's not an animal.
Oh, she's saying like yeah. So I said so. She says that bit about the green beans, the potatoes, some onion, garlic. I go, oh, okay. She goes, and then I said, oh yeah, I love to roast them. I'm in it now. I'm in it.
Get it, Joe.
And she goes, oh, and her arm squeezes even tighter. She goes, oh, you know, and I go, yeah. And she goes,
yeah, you know.
And I go,
her green bean and her potato.
I go. All right, you have a great day. It's a beautiful day out. I hope you get out soon. And I walked out. But it's just like in those moments, I can't match the energy. I have to be, and it was such a sweet moment.
There's 4 things probably going in your head. One is this lady's crazy. She's trying to kill me. Second thing is
God handsy.
She's not crazy. She says she wants a little Joe Keneally in her life.
Well, that might be crazy. Second thing is Second thing is this lady's way too close to me. I haven't been this close to a stranger in
that was another thing. That's legit. I mean, she was.
That is so funny.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest amount of space was the height difference. So there was at least about a foot between us.
So your midsection is probably got COVID.
But it was was so funny.
Is this one in the? Well, I'll ask you this later. But I just want thinking like the COVID. Did you drive to the one?
This is the one on Clybourne.
Okay, so you drove all the way just for green beans.
I was on the way back.
Oh, okay.
So I was.
Is the one in now is not closer to you? I mean,
well, no, but he's dropping people off. So
you gotta check the Craigslist misconnections.
10 minutes. It's a 10-minute drive for me.
You know they
Joe Keneally. There's gonna be a misconnection out there for you.
It's gonna be a movie or TV. No, I'm talking out of my butt here, but I think it's gonna be a movie or a TV show based on Misconnections. Something
Joe's
like that.
going to be on that TV
Is
show.
it a
now.
documentary murder mystery series?
Oh, right? Jesus. You know, they used to, there's a documentary, I think it's on either Starz or HBO, about there used to be a hotline in New York City. Yeah.
I think this
It's
is
a podcast.
It's a podcast. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
You're absolutely right.
The guy called and said I murdered
Yes.
somebody, and they
Yeah.
try to like prove in fact he's like a serial killer or something. I haven't listened to it yet, but
Yeah, but and then they go through it and it's like, no, you're not a serial killer. Like he wasn't. Like the guy, like it was. Yeah,
I had heard about this.
Yeah, it was on actually King and the Sting. They were talking about it, and he was like, and this is after another one of those like because they thought they had the Zodiac killer. This guy thought his father was a Zodiac killer, and they go through this whole thing. Documentary or podcast. I'm not 100% sure what it was, but at the end, it's like his father wasn't this guy. This guy was just pissed that his father gave him up for adoption. And then he talked about this other documentary.
some daddy issues.
Yeah.
Christopher, do you have any thoughts? You're a little quiet today.
We're at
We're past 15 minutes. You can curse all you
15:48.
How?
15 minutes and 48 seconds.
Oh, fuck yes! I
awesome.
made it again!
I'm not gonna lie, I thought I cussed at 2 minutes.
You did not.
I saw Pat.
I'm pretty sure I said hell within the first 15 minutes, but I don't think hell's a swear word.
No.
I'm
It's
sorry.
a place.
I'm sorry,
Peter said like butt and like things. Like, I don't think that's like a curse. I would think you have to.
Pierre said pissed, but I think it was after 15
Pissed?
minutes.
I don't know.
It's business first.
Pissed? No, I think
I don't know.
I was watching TV and they said, "Damn." I was
I was gonna say
certain
Joe Keely's
things
about to give her the old green bean. Eh?
Wait, is shit,
No, that's good.
is shit considered a swear word considering you can say it on TV now without
That's
a
a
game?
very-
I think you only get so many.
It's got to be the George Carlin like 7 words you can't say on TV, right?
Well, South Park got 170 or 161 on that one episode when they allowed it.
Yeah, well, the
maybe,
Super Bowl got.
It might
So
be.
I can drop 161 shit bombs before 15 minutes. It would be okay.
We'll have to look into
The
that.
I know you can't have 2 fucks in a movie without it being rated R. You get one fuck.
You're one fuck
and
for
stay
PG-13.
What?
PG-13.
That's crazy.
So I don't. You probably.
That's really crazy.
It's probably not something you
So you
thought
could
about,
And no titties.
but
No titties.
They'll
So
drop-
if you get titties, rated R.
I'm pretty sure, yes.
Here's the thing. I actually watched Dr. Drew's Drew After Late and
Dr. Drew After Dark.
yeah, Dr. Drew, and he was with one of the guys on there. And
One of the guys.
what's his name?
Is this
Nadav.
Love Line?
No,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
he was talking to Nadav,
Okay.
and Nadav swore within the first 4 minutes. He's like, we're gonna be demonetized, and I was like, okay, so this is a real thing because they were upset because
But I've also seen
that's
like,
on YouTube.
Tell
Though.
Dr. Drew to something.
YouTube might be
It's fine.
maybe YouTube
Well,
is a different.
I'm
thing.
sorry, Dr. Drew wasn't upset. The Nadav was because Tom Segura is probably gonna kill him at some point. But yeah,
Yeah,
Why is Tom Segura gonna kill him?
rightfully
because
so.
Tom Segura is a serial killer. I don't know. if
And
you know that.
Nadav is like,
the worst Googler in the world,
yeah, he
and
just,
it really pisses people off.
it's so interesting the things
Somebody's
that,
gonna kill him.
I don't know who this guy is.
It's so interesting. He's a
He's got a good
producer.
song about him. They got Nadav is Googling, but it's a little racist. But we can't go into that.
But it's just one of those things where this is something I find interesting. What are basic skills, I guess in a way common sense, that individuals have and others lack? And it's like, how have you gotten this far
In life.
But that goes into so many things. Like
that.
Like people that make.
I want to put a pin in that. I got something that.
Like people that make hundreds of $1,000s and they can't. They don't understand how to like.
Dude,
they bounce
that's-
checks still. Like,
that's something that I've thought about too. But then it goes down to like granular things, like everyday things that you do a certain way versus somebody else. Like, let's say I'm twisting off this bottle. You know, most people, I'm assuming, palm to cap, grabbing index and thumb,
I do 2
you
fingers.
twist. Some people, some people are fingers.
Yeah,
I know some people that go like this, you know, bottom of the hand,
Like to
pinky
bite it
and
and turn the
palm.
bottle.
But it's just, you know, very tiny things that.
And I put it in my belly button, twist and turn.
Dude,
Nice.
that's
You used to be able to do that.
That's sexy.
Now you can't do that.
That's
You're
sexy.
looking too good.
Maybe he still can't because that cord is just so fucking tight.
No, it's not. It's not. Easy, big belly.
Oh,
Easy.
okay.
So just a random thought on
There's
that.
still a lot of jiggle in this area.
Just a random thought on that is on that same episode with Dr. Drew, they have people call in, and I don't. Sometimes you think people just call.
Oh, is he
in.
still doing Love Line?
Not Love Line?
It's basically
Yeah.
Love Line,
Oh, okay.
but it's on a podcast now.
It's not that like I didn't like Love Line because
Son of a bitch.
It got rid
They drop it in the drink and then it comes back out.
That Loveline used to get way too dirty.
Blue, how are you doing over here?
I took the
I
top
remember
tape off.
coming across that on the radio.
Oh
for the
yeah,
first time. I was
Q101.
I
didn't like it at all.
I didn't know you could get away with certain stuff.
But that was like, but you know, a lot of people learned about STDs through him on that.
Well, that's exactly it. Like,
I remember
this was before the internet.
Yeah.
You could just
What was that?
Google stuff.
What was that stupid thing on Kiss FM where they used to like? I think they were fake. Like,
Oh,
the fake.
No, they
callers?
still do that.
Are
They
they're
still
fake
do
though,
lost
right?
connections or something.
No, it was like Tinder, like bad Tinders. That weren't
Bad
out.
Tinder dates.
Yeah.
You have your first date.
But that wasn't real.
No,
Right? Those were all
no,
fake,
but
right?
it was something where like the guy or the girl was like, "Oh, it went really well," and,
Yeah.
and the other person
And
just
then
that had to be fake, right?
it was like
Fake.
you
they
had
still
your
do
first
it every Friday.
You basically you had your first date. You got ghosted.
Yeah.
And now the radio's calling in to
And I'm
find out
thinking,
why
like,
it
no,
didn't
you're right,
happen.
because, like, how would that ever work? But, okay, let's just go really quickly on the Dr. Drew thing is, and so, like, talking about that is, somebody called in and left this message, like, how do I explain to my boyfriend, she's 18, he's 19, how do I explain to my boyfriend that babies don't come out of the ass? Like, he won't have sex with me, he won't have butt sex with me because he thinks that's where women get pregnant. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, if this is true, this dude how has he lived 19 years at this point? Secondly, this woman,
Maybe
like,
it's a good
and
Catholic
it was a
porn.
it was a voicemail from a woman.
Maybe he only watches anal porn. Who knows?
I wouldn't be surprised if religion came into it, though. You know,
It could be, but
Their
like he
thing is
he
just not
legitimately
talked
thinks
about.
like
if you put your dick in a vagina, it won't get
Yeah.
eaten off.
Maybe he's a good Christian
Okay,
boy,
here's
and
the
the
thing.
Christian religion that he's in believes in
I
babies come from the butt.
had a friend.
maybe there's a religion that thinks
I had a
that it's
friend
possible.
in high school who also went to Catholic school, Catholic grade school, and then eventually Catholic high school. He was having sex with his girlfriend without protection.
Oh no!
His thing for birth control was he took a can of Sprite and poured it into the vagina to kill the sperm. Like that's what he thought would work.
Did he drink the?
Clearly
Sprite
it didn't.
after?
How many
No.
kids- how many
It was
kids do you have,
just.
Joe?
It was like
That can't
none.
be good for the woman.
How many
But
kids
it's
you got now?
0. But
oh, okay, so maybe it does work.
I don't know.
Peter's like, we need some Sprite ASAP.
But it's like you see those jokes in movies, like, no, the girl can't get pregnant on top. Like, it's not possible. But people think that, man.
There are weird like what the old tricks of like not getting pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna start with the beer of the night. Pass it around.
Oh,
Pat was super nice to stop and get us some beers tonight. So Pat, if you don't mind, you want to explain what kind of?
Well, I saw this beer because it was I'm on the Vinny's email listing evidently.
That's awesome.
So this was
You're an alcoholic.
yeah, for sure. they sent me this. This is one of the beers that they're featured beers. They said. So it's like a beer that was basically like brewed in the style of like a beer that was served at the World's Fair in 1893 here in Chicago. So
Can I make a quick thing?
sure,
So this is what would you call this class of beer?
it's called a Bock evidently.
But like it's kind of going vintage, but it's like
Retro?
Retro. Yeah, thank you.
Hey, yo, Coke Bud.
The idea of going.
shit.
I love the idea, and I feel like it's a marketing thing nowadays. But the idea of going retro
everything's
is
retro.
like, hey,
I know.
it's homemade, or it's
Yeah.
made without all these chemicals.
Didn't Burger King just
You
go
know what
back
we should
and
do?
redo
We
shit?
should throw out some retro S&P podcast stuff. You know, some logos and stuff.
Hey.
We're so old, you know. We got
No,
tons
but
of stuff.
where were you? I like where your head was at on that, but where you
it's
kind of go
like
with that?
so that they paint this. This is the beer during the World's Fair, and it's like the World's Fair led to so many great things.
It
And
did.
It
It
was a
did,
huge
yeah.
tech. I think
And if this beer was good, it would have stuck the course, right?
yeah, like
It could be- it could have
this
been a
could
different brand.
totally be a shit beer that some.
I mean, this could be Shiner Bock for all we know right now.
yeah,
That's
it's
true.
just I just
Did you read the little thing, the World's Columbian Exposition of 1893?
Yeah, that's the World's
Yup.
Fair.
Yeah.
and so it's just like it was around back then. Why didn't it last? And it could have been any reason, you know.
Maybe-
It's listen, Rome produced a concrete that we're still trying to copy today because of its
100%.
sustainability.
Yeah.
So
100%.
yes,
it's,
there may
it's
be
a German
something
style
to it.
lager, Joe. So maybe Hitler didn't like his.
Oh God! That
Did you hear about the Amazon logo
Yeah,
on
but
the
the
on the
Hitler
on the
mustache.
apps?
You didn't
So-
change it.
Amazon's logo was
I didn't see that.
the word Amazon, and it was the A to Z.
Look at
you
mine.
know.
No, the ribbon was the problem. The little ribbon on top of the box.
I'm talking about the old logo. So it had the word Amazon. It was A to Z.
And they had the little like.
They recently changed it to a brown box with a little piece of tape, and it had the edges like when you cut tape. You know,
Yeah,
those
yeah.
kind of. Well, if you look at it, It looks like Hitler's mustache because it's just a piece of. It was literally the brown, a matte brown, and then like a nice sky blue.
I mean, people reading this a lot, but yeah.
And then it had a little smile, the A to Z smile.
So it did kind of look.
But Hitler never smiled, so I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know, but
that is kind of funny.
Listen,
that's kind of funny.
There's a reason no one is sporting that mustache because as soon as you see it,
Michael brought it back.
Michael Jordan was the only man.
The only man who will ever be able to bring it back. If you look at pictures,
he did a Hanes commercial.
Yeah, but if you ever look at that mustache thing, you don't think you ate off. Like, no one should be wearing this little 2 centimeter mustache.
It was probably the hipster thing back then. It was like the cool thing.
I can see Pepsi doing that.
No,
Pepsi's
all about the Amish people.
I heard the whole reason he did that was so that he could have a mustache and still wear a gas mask. I feel like that's an old wives' tale because just like masks today, like they talk about it, having the big beard, it allows stuff to get in. It's not safe because you want that skin to skin contact.
That's the gas. I know they did. They're all clean shaven because that could be true, Joe.
Well, yeah, and that was one of the reasons. When they think kind of messed him up is he was in World War I and he got gassed from like when that was a big issue.
Oh, so that was kind of
he got like mustard gassed and
here's the thing though, like okay, that guy was in some level intelligent, but a lot of it he got by just his personality alone and him saying something and nobody like stepping up to say it.
Well, think about I don't want to put I'm not putting Trump on that level, but Trump's it takes that type of person that like bravada. That's just like, and I'm not saying Trump's anywhere near that, but it's just. Some people just have that, like, who can just convince you to do anything.
It's like, and that
leads us into a good talk here with Tom Randolph.
Well, fun fact of this bottle, it's brewed and bottled by Metropolitan Brewing, evidently.
Oh, that's okay, cool.
Well, and but Joe, you're saying.
I was just gonna say, like, there are situations like you talk about common sense and like having the wherewithal to be there, but there is a situation where somebody is like the alpha, and you basically don't antagonize them because the next thing is violence. Like if you're disagreeing with someone and you can't come to an agreement or somebody's lively enough, you're like, okay, this person is not gonna not only back down, but if I continue this, their next step is to just get violent.
Yeah. Next thing you know, you're an
receiver
that's gonna ask for
this uber alpha, like I'll come to blows, and people don't want to get to that.
I also think it's more like people that he knew what got people riled up.
Yeah,
he definitely.
Germany was fucked from World War I.
Yeah.
They were
their
economy was crumbled. So he found someone to blame, and who he disliked, and it worked really well for a while for him.
Yeah, which is very scary, and we're getting close to almost, but we're not getting close yet. Well, we're kind of getting close to the end of like 100 years from. I think 100 years from World War I, and we're getting close to 100 years from World War II. And
World War II was 45 and
yeah. But that all that kind of and then all that stuff started in the 30s and the 40s. Like if you don't look at that history, it's gonna repeat itself, and like people can take that playbook.
Well,
and
the wars nowadays would be much worse. So hopefully,
then I think that's what nuclear wars or the nuclear missile is bad, but it's also
deterrent.
As a deterrent because no one wants that.
Yeah. Listen, that's the thing. It's you're so aggressive at this point. The next step is going to be the one that's like
it's over.
Yeah. And teetering on that edge.
But that what's kind of crazy thinking about like discussing and again not putting Adolf Hitler's. He's something that no one hopefully will ever be again. But there are people who can convince you and kind of talk you into anything. And this week we're talking. We've all listened to the Dateline. The guy's name is Thomas Randolph, the Widower. I honestly 1,000% recommend this because it is ridiculous. This guy was a serial killer who can convince anybody to pretty much any not so attractive woman to marry him. Put a crap ton of life insurance on themselves, and then he would figure out a ways to get that woman killed. Let it be getting a friend to shoot her, like pretend that there was a robbery, shoot her, and then he would collect the insurance, or he would. One was that he faked a suicide, but they're not really sure on that one. He had 6 wives and 4 of them died. One being she died from cancer.
But that's his fault too, though.
Yeah, you'd like to say it was false, but it's just ridiculous thinking about people and their rush to get married and how like you don't see like if I was dating anybody and they were like within 6 weeks saying hey let's get or months saying hey let's get married, let's go to Vegas and get married. That would be an absolute red flag.
Peter, you are definitely like the marrying type. Some girl walked in here and was like, 6 weeks, let's get married.
I was like,
done deal.
6 weeks is a long time. Peter. We're talking like a couple weeks.
Peter
That's
could date a
it.
girl for 5 years, and she goes, "So is marriage like Ben Everett?" Talks like, "This bitch is crazy. Like, we've only been dating 5 years."
I've known you 33 years, sweetheart. This is way too soon.
Here's on the phone. Here's on the phone with the guy. Yo, you won't believe this shit. I've been dating this girl for 33 years. She just asked me to marry her. What the hell's wrong with her?
She wants a life insurance policy just for the house. Nothing crazy. No, she's trying to kill me, boys.
You know what Dateline's watching 33 years? There's gonna be a fake burglary. How many burgers
I'm
are there?
pretty sure she's poisoning my eggs, guys.
Listen, women should be seriously scared. Like, if this guy out of nowhere, he's got nothing going on for himself, and he wants an insurance policy, how does that not scare you? How does that not run off red flags?
Oh, immediate red flags.
Well, it's like, it's hard for people to know that, though. It's not like this guy now.
They have to sign it, though.
No, but this guy, I'm saying like this guy, for example, meeting these ladies.
Yeah.
In their defense, they don't know his history with this. It's just a man they met who they fell in love with.
Yeah.
And they get wrapped up in that moment. It's like
it's true.
You're looking at it from the idea that he's done this a bunch, but it's like each person, this was their first time, never been in that situation, and
I
probably don't know.
But I don't agree where I'm looking at it. I get the whole picture. You're right. The whole picture looks bad. But I'm saying there's another one I listened to a Dateline about this woman that met this guy, and in 6 weeks, this dude was like, I'm going to marry you. Like, let's get married. Like, that is a red flag. Well, that's run.
Well, if you look at that one though, remember there was two things with her. She was also wanting to start a family. She wanted, and then sometimes you force someone who you ignore the things that are red flags, and you focus on the things you like, and you are only focusing on that until you get to a point.
No, that's absolutely right.
And here's another thing.
Right on that. Yeah.
Here's another thing.
Maybe you let some stuff slide that are very
that should not be sliding.
Yeah. What you don't see in these documentaries is how many people he tried that with before, did that, and then they dismissed them, and it was like out the door.
And you know what? And probably over time, he had 30 years to do this. He found the right women.
I was about to say, it's just like going on a first date where you go on enough first dates, you realize, okay, this person is so far off my path.
Yeah.
I'm not going to stay on that. But he's like, those are the signs where it's like, he's talking about like the idea of wanting to get married someday, and blah, blah, blah. And it's just that flag,
But I mean, like, if you listen to some of his interviews, like, he was like, within like the first 60 minutes of meeting this person, I was in love and I knew I was going to marry her. She was going to be my wife. It's like,
that's scary to me.
Yeah.
But
great. I mean, some people may act that way or react that way. But I mean, like, that just seems kind of weird.
It's just so far from our, well, I say our, I mean, a lot of my friends grew up homeschooled. For them getting married like young, finding someone, like that is just like how it went, It's just like,
well, I mean, most of them are guy jaded on the dating apps, as you heard in the last one.
Put the pussy on a pedestal.
In the last podcast. I may not be the best aforementioned
Chris, man, we're gonna find someone that's the opposite of a simp, whatever that is for you, and we're gonna find
the Tom Randolph of ladies so that she can take a life insurance policy out on me and my life.
Maybe.
Good God.
Possibly.
Joe Keneally's already been master playing that for 3 years now and hasn't worked out yet.
I've been slowly trying to work my way into I'm like,
Joe's
trying to keep that
right. I'm like,
can I get out of the friend zone
yet? You want to move in? Like, you want to move in together?
Joe's been trying to get out of the friend zone.
I'm laying the groundwork.
Do we want to? All right, so let's give our thoughts on the beer.
Average.
I could see why it didn't last.
I was about to say it could stay in 1893. It's all right.
I mean, I would never get it again, but it's a good try.
I will say this: yes, that is one thing that's nice. I think about, especially living in Chicago, you get to try a lot of different stuff.
You know what? I think this is probably more of an old timer beer too. They wanted because this is more like of a European beer.
It reminds me of Shiner Bock.
Yeah.
Like, and if you like that you're gonna like this.
Which I don't like Shiner Bock, so that's.
I'm not gonna lie.
It's a little bit stronger. I feel bite than Shiner Bock, but
it's like I like it. I like it
in line with it.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big dark kind of beer guy or anything like that, but I do like Box, and I do like this.
It reminds
this
me
beer.
of
Yeah,
I like this flavor. You got two more for you, baby.
It reminds me of the beer in the now maskless state of Texas. It kind of like. Areas have a beer.
Yes, yeah.
Like, there's definitely a Chicago type of beer.
Oh, like the Lone Star. It's like Lone Star too. Yeah,
kind of. Yeah,
call.
It's like an old style. It's so good.
Yeah.
No, definitely.
This is not like an old style.
Don't tease me with an old style, baby.
Don't tease people with a good time.
Well,
but it's like in that line. Like it's an area thing. I feel like.
But I honestly, I think you guys. So it's something to at least try. I mean, it's kind of cool that they're brewing things from. Almost, over 100 years old.
This year I was going to get the Gumball double IPA stout thing, which didn't seem like a good.
The hell?
Yeah, we can't be doing anything that hard.
Yeah, it was a darker than dark thing. I looked at the bottle, I'm like, no thanks.
They sell Gumball Head now at Costco.
Oh.
Yeah. I thought that was awesome.
They do like a variety pack, which
They do, I saw that too. Yeah.
I do like the variety packs.
They're really starting to do a lot more. Maybe I'm just looking more now, but I feel like the choices at Costco are really amping up in terms of alcohol. Whether it's like hard liquor, they've got lots of wine.
Costco makes my heart very warm because they sell the 36-pack of Coors Light.
I know.
They actually
have an old style one?
No.
A scientist came out and was like, because alcohol sales and marijuana sales are just through the roof.
Yeah.
And one of the a scientist and a doctor were saying that the alcohol consumption and sales is bad. Like it's concerning because it's gonna. But raise the rate in cancer and such.
But wouldn't it also isn't it offset by the fact that bar sales are significantly down? Like it's probably aren't. I don't think people are drinking more.
That's probably
just drinking home.
Point. I would think people are probably drinking more.
Here,
yeah,
I get what you're saying. You're right. That is a good. Yeah,
because I'm sure if you looked at this amount of liquor that's sold in bars that were not sold in the last year, and you bump that against the increase in liquor, I bet you would not be that different. Personally,
I get it.
I would be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised of.
I could see it being a little.
I would say it's higher. I would say a little higher, but I'm saying I don't think it's significant.
I would not be surprised if the volume of alcohol an individual was drinking during the week went up. Because I mean, there are people.
You're at home.
You're just at home more.
So how much alcohol do you drink by yourself?
I don't drink anything.
Mine does not change at all.
If you a glass of wine,
but
there are
people. Listen, there are tons of people out there who get
or who will have a glass of whiskey.
Done with their day, and it's a beer or two or whatever. They crack a beer.
Think about that. That was the 60s and the 70s. They would come home and they'd have a whiskey.
They're drinking during the day.
Well, this is an occupational hazard. The fact that I don't ever get off work, so I guess this is why I don't drink. Right?
I get
it could be but it's just So I mean, I drink on the weekend, but. During the week, I don't, but a lot of people do, and I feel like that's an easy thing to do, And even then, it's almost like a self-medication of sorts.
Yeah, go outside, have a nice drink, and
have a nice beer. Take the edge off. Work is getting stressful. You're sitting inside all day. Anxiety's going through the roof.
I totally get that.
Let's go sit in the basement and have a good cry for a few minutes. I'm good to go.
Oh man, you are right, baby. Going into the weekend, and this has been bugging the butt out of me.
I think you said shit.
The shit. No, I'm trying not to swear. It's my promise. I'm not gonna.
Oh, the shit poop.
But let's just really quickly. People rated the halftime show of the weekend. They thought it was good. I thought it was garbage. I want that out there. I want it on record. I hate it. I hear people say it was one of the greatest halftimes. Did you see Prince's halftime show? That's a halftime show.
I want to go on a rant on this because
I don't like U2, but that U2 halftime show right after 9/11 can't beat it.
Okay,
can't beat it.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, here's the thing. I don't recall that one that well.
I like The Weeknd. He's been around for a long time.
Yes, no, and he's got a lot of great songs.
He's got a lot of great songs. The energy that he brought to that halftime show was so... I don't know. I just feel like...
We're in COVID times. We need someone to come out there and entertain the fans.
Listen,
it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. A bunch of guys with jock straps on their face.
Get out of my face. Listen, last year you had a phenomenal one. You had a phenomenal jock straps.
I made the jock strap joke.
I think everybody made the jock strap.
But
no, I did.
Like the year before was J-Lo and Shakira, which I don't know.
That wasn't great either. It was a bunch of old...
But it was the energy brought was up.
Yes, that's true. I'll give you that.
Which is what the Super Bowl's about.
Okay, here's what
Very seldom do you have a great Super Bowl show. that you're like, that was awesome, but you got to keep that energy.
Yeah.
Here's the problem with a Super Bowl show is that you're listening to there's 200 million Americans watching it.
Yeah.
There's no continuity at all in what people's music tastes are. And I think about our party. You had my dad who didn't even know who the hell The Weeknd was. You have people who like that kind of music. I mean, the problem is that you're trying to like please everybody, and you probably please nobody.
No, yeah, you definitely
for people to come out and say the week was a great. It was not a good performance.
It's a hot take. Everything's a hot take.
No, but it was not a good performance.
Last year was a great.
I like his music.
Last year,
it was not a good performance. It was weird.
I did see a lot of people saying
he
that
is weird, though.
It was very down the middle because it was like if you liked The Weeknd.
I don't mind his music, but he's weird.
And this goes back to what I was saying, though. But if you like The Weeknd, you like his music, you could at least appreciate the show because you know the music and you enjoy him. But if you don't know him, you got to keep them entertained somehow. And it just didn't.
Yes.
It didn't match that part. So if you like The Weeknd, you probably like, I like this
I want to
songs.
get that on the record. I did not like it. I don't. When I hear people say, "Oh, it's so amazing," no, it wasn't. Like, not at all.
I don't even like listening to those songs now. Anymore. And I like those songs, but I think about the delivery at that Super Bowl, and I was like, it was just so.
They say he actually sang. He didn't lip sync.
Well, that's good for him.
Yeah.
He's phenomenal. Listen, he's very talented.
That was great. Yeah, that's kind of crazy, but. Yeah.
Again, very talented.
Should have freed the titty.
oh my God. That's
I
a
have
huge
a question
thing.
about. Okay, I
That's
have a
a huge
question about
thing.
that.
Justin Timberlake
and what
came out with an apology. Janet Jackson. She wasn't in on that. There was never rehearsed.
Oh, really?
He just did it, and then he
hold on.
She had a pasty on though. There's no way she wasn't. She didn't
That's
know.
No, she didn't. Her whole nipple was
That
out.
was the. They freed the nipple, baby. They freed the nipple.
There was no pasty. It was her nipple and that. And you know what? She got like.
That's the first Super Bowl show I remember. First Super Bowl halftime.
Me too, because I remember going to LimeWire or Napster and trying to figure out how to watch that because I didn't miss it.
Yeah,
I missed it.
I remember it was the first Super Bowl.
That's why you got the 7-second delay now.
The first Super Bowl I ever remember watching, but it was like it wasn't super close. I mean, it was for like a second, and then it was out. So it's like one of those catch it if you didn't see
She
it.
had a nipple ring. I'll never forget it.
Oh, is that what it was?
So
I always thought
that nipple ring sold out the next day.
I always thought it was a pasty, and I'm like, there's no way she's not in on it.
Oh no,
like you're not gonna wear a pasty.
She lost her because they were scared she wasn't on it, and she lost her. She just came out with an album, and she was touring it. They canceled the tour. It was so bad for her, and then but for Justin, it was like huge. Like this is all part of.
I felt like it looked good for Justin somehow.
Yeah,
and
because he just got out of NSYNC.
And
and they were trying to make him good. Yeah.
And
dude, it was terrible.
That's so sad that it messed with her that bad.
I
always thought she was in on it, and it was.
That's why the NFL should have brought it back for this halftime show. They should have freed the titty during COVID for all the fans.
And it should have been the weekends too.
Did you guys ever see what the Super Bowl shows used to be like? Like back in the day, they had like Disney marching bands and like Disney on Ice.
Well, that's all. What is it? That's all college football games now. Like
those are actually kind of cool.
Yeah, go look at the Ohio State and like I think like Michigan University of Michigan marching bands. Their formations and everything they do.
And I think the first one that started the trend now is when Michael Jackson did the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Until they bring that.
Until they bring the titty back?
No, the woman who balances the bowls on her head during the halftime shows at the Chicago Bulls.
Very impressive.
I don't know why she's not it every year.
That is really cool.
Just make her
not the bowls. I think it sounded to me like the balls.
No, the bowls.
like a bowl you eat out of.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, that is really cool. I also like the lady who can like take the bow and arrow with her feet. It's like pretty ridiculous.
I like when they slingshot somebody down the thing in the
They should. Fence. You know what they should legit do? Stop making it music because that's just hard to meet.
They got to bring back the punt, pass, and kick challenge.
Just take like.
You're right.
Do
they can do something better.
Do like an American.
Get Andy Reid's fat ass back out there and fucking let him do it.
You got
fucking heart attack and die.
You do like an America's Got Talent type level like audition thing. Get the best entertainment act.
Oh, I see. Okay,
and just kinda make that the show.
The Bert Kreischer show.
I haven't watched it.
I haven't either, but it's just a talent show.
It just seems like a talent show, but just get something that's stunning or a series of things that are just breathtaking.
Something
and
cool.
Screw it. Just get Bert Kreischer out there. Let him run around half naked on the field doing stupid shit.
Or get all these people who want
that was already part of this Super Bowl.
Just get him out there streaking in and
Guy got out there. Yeah, exactly.
That would be a lot of. If you thought J-Lo and Shakira had FCC violations, would you see that one go through?
Or
FCC complaints? Yeah, I should say
geez,
complaints.
Right. Well,
Save those women from shaking their ass for 2 minutes, please.
This actually would this kind of brings into the whole like Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake. I don't know if you guys have seen the Space Jam 2 trailer.
No.
And it's you know what?
Listen, man.
It was so good in our childhood. We're all not going to love it because
I've seen
we're Michael Jordan fans. Space Jam was so good.
No,
It was no.
I watched as an adult. It is basically one big product placement. That's all it is.
It's
Who
you know
cares?
why we
It's
like
a great
it?
movie.
You know why
It's
we
not a
like
great
it?
movie.
It
Because
is.
it was great for our age.
Yes.
You know why it's great? Because it has literally maybe about 5 minutes of Bill Murray in there, and Bill Murray's solid
He
throughout
is
the whole
really good
time.
at that.
Listen, that's what
That
keeps
could have
it-
been him out there.
That's what
when he talks to Larry
That's
Bird.
what keeps it great for today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Bill Murray's like
Let's go Bulls!
America's sweetheart now. But it was just one of those things. Like
He's also a jerk.
you always have the older
Oh, yeah,
people
he's
looking
a
back,
jerk,
going, "Guys, that shit sucks." Back in my day, and that's
No, I
exactly
know.
what it is.
I think
kids
I
are
can't
gonna,
watch it and not think of that.
I think kids are gonna love this.
You
Yeah,
should
and I hope
listen
they
to
do.
you should listen to the How This Get Made podcast about it. I was actually at the taping for that.
For which one?
For the Space Jam they did.
Oh, yeah?
and it was
They
hilarious.
talk about it in The Last Dance. It was awesome. Remember, he had like the best players playing, and it was one of his best years
He
playing
loved it.
basketball.
Yeah. What did they think? What did they think on that?
Oh, they think it's trash movie.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
Yeah, well,
I-
let's
But also,
probably Magic
but
Johnson
you're doing
fans.
this in Chicago, so the opinion of the crowd is not very on board.
Anyways,
with
you
that.
were gonna say something though about the trailer.
so I got so there's a lot of like political correctness out there, and I don't want to get into
PC.
Stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't want to because this is not what this is about.
pussy culture, right?
Where
But I
is
thought
it?
I would bring this.
Jesus.
I
Calm down, Dave Collins.
I thought I would bring this up
Spent a
just
lot of time with
to
him.
because I think it's something to talk about. Because I immediately jumped out like this is ridiculous. We can't have, and it was about Lola is the bunny,
Yeah, Lola Bunny.
and they're talking about how they're toning down her sexuality, like sexualizing her in this movie. And but I went right there too. But you're right. But then think about it. Think about this in your head. Like they sexualized the bunny in a kids movie. Like
Here's my thing. They're
like
basing
maybe
this.
maybe we don't do that. You're right. Like that is kind of weird.
They're
Like,
basing this off of I don't even know how long the commercial was.
Yeah.
That's what they're basing it off of.
The whole movie is a commercial.
I mean, it is a commercial, but you're taking
For Gatorade.
fractions of a
And Nike.
second
There's a point that movie
out of context and making a generalization. It's
Yeah.
like, dude, you don't know what they're going to do. Wait till the movie comes out.
that's true.
There's a
That's
point in that
true.
movie where Michael Jordan is, I don't know if you guys remember this, is sitting in his hotel room talking to his wife, and he's got McDonald's and like Coca-Cola and like some Nike out there. Like this is one big fucking commercial.
Yeah.
Well, if you think about it, a lot of movies are just
Michael
one
Jordan
thing.
ain't never eaten
yeah.
McDonald's, baby.
Now you have to.
No, he did like, and I think he was like when
he
he
put
like when
McDonald's
younger.
in his
Yeah.
basement.
I watched Coming to America 2, whatever last night.
McDonald's?
Oh, you watched the whole movie?
Did you watch it
I watched it.
already?
It came out Thursday, so I watched it on Thursday night.
Yeah, they
And that's got some product placements all over the place too.
Yeah.
That
Is
one.
that how'd you think? What'd you think?
It's all right. It's all right. It's if you like the first one, it's like a rehash. It's
You
kind of a
know
rehash.
what's funny with this beer? The more you drink it, and the more buzz you get, the better. It
What
gets.
Yeah.
it brought me to a point.
Listen, this is not a sipping beer.
No,
This is a heavy beer.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel every bit of
Bro,
it.
it is.
It brought me to
again, I did not zip my pants up. I have an issue. I don't zip my pants up anymore.
Yeah.
I was enjoying the show.
So when I was
I don't know.
Show's over, folks. Time to go home.
If I'm getting early Alzheimer's or what, but I do not zip my pants up anymore.
I was watching when I was Coming to America.
I feel ya.
It made me think of a thing like, what was the last movie that I actually saw recently that I actually thought was like good and like really good
The Buddy.
and was like revolutionary, like a new concept that I actually like. And
No
I
idea.
tell you, I couldn't think of a movie that was made in the last 5 years.
I thought Motherless Brooklyn was good. I don't think it was revolutionary.
Wait,
but
what was it?
Motherless Brooklyn.
Never.
That
Or like
was
a movie
on
that you've
HBO.
seen, you're like,
It's
holy
with
shit, that
Edward
was.
Norton.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
a stuttering detective.
Did you see it, Joe?
I like him a lot. I saw it, yeah. When
I'm
it
saying,
first
like,
came out.
is there any movies
I
like
like
him?
him. I love the
like
jazz
it.
man.
Did you like him as the Hulk?
I did, yeah. I really like Edward Norton and his movies, but I love that
Mark
movie.
Ruffalo was a better
I thought the movie was good too. I didn't
he is a better
like Pat said. It's not
I'm just
really
fucking around.
revolutionary.
No, he's better.
But I'm saying, is there any movie that you've seen in the last 5 years that like, holy shit, that was like an amazing movie?
Roadhouse.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
5 years, you god.
Yeah, I've seen a bunch. I love
You
movies.
said that movies you've seen in the last 5 years.
yeah,
I saw
Pat,
Roadhouse in the last 5 years.
What do you think? Like, that's a really good question, Pat. Like, is there a movie out there that we could like? I think that maybe
We can come back to it next time, but like that's like I'm hard pressed to find something that's been. I feel like everything's such a retread, or it's like a superhero thing, or
oh crap. There's
No,
one on
there's
HBO.
diamonds.
I like that
come
Richard
out.
Jewell movie. Not revolutionary, but
That's
I
a really
liked
good
it.
movie. He's supposedly in.
didn't see that movie.
No,
So
there's
it's
a movie called
miniseries.
there's a movie about the Silk Road. You guys know what the Silk Road is?
Mhm.
Yeah.
He's actually in that movie. I think that's something we should watch. and
Edward
kinda discuss.
Norton's in it?
I read the-
No,
I was-
sorry,
I
the
read
guy
the-
from Richard Jewell.
I read the book about it.
Oh,
I did too. I actually listened to it, not read it. It was good. No, there's
Yeah, listen to it.
there's a movie on HBO. It's called, I think it's called Good Liars, and it's like two older older actor and actress, and you want to look that up real quick? Good Liars. I want to see who this was. I think this is a pretty good. This movie had me going the whole time. I would definitely think this would be something.
is on HBO.
It was. I think it was in the theaters.
I mean, I remember when I liked what I thought was like The Departed when it came out. I really like that movie,
Oh yeah.
but that's still like fucking. 10
Okay,
years
so
ago.
this has
Stupid keyboard.
Helen Mirren and Ian
Yes!
McKellen.
Have you seen this?
No,
I think you
I
would
have
like this,
not.
Pat.
I
The
saw a
Good
trailer.
Liar?
I didn't even
Yeah.
know this was it.
The Good Liar. I'm sorry.
The
Yeah,
Good Liar.
I've
Yep.
not seen that one now.
I definitely recommend that. I think dude, this had me going.
Isn't
the
Helen
hell-
Mirren like deaf?
No,
Or
No.
I'm thinking the other lady.
Helen Mirren is a very attractive old lady.
Yeah,
Totally.
she's.
Yeah, no, you're right.
she's-
And you know
she's
who's
good-looking.
saying that? If you guys seen the Mia Farrow versus Woody Allen yet?
No.
That thing?
I know he's a real
I don't know what
piece of
this
shit
is.
though.
He's bad. Like you got to watch it. I think we
Woody
should-
Allen.
Yeah, sorry, Mia Farrow.
Okay.
Director.
Mia
ex-
Farrow
ex-wife.
for 70 looks amazing. I know she's probably had the best doctors. She looks really good. In the documentary, I was like, man, she's 70 something. Like she don't look that bad.
So this kind of, I feel like this is quality just by the people that are in it. But this is what I think
Okay, yeah.
is that I think there's been so much great stuff that has come out, but in the last, especially year and a half, I would say because of COVID, all these great movies are being held back, or they're
I
not
see.
coming to theaters like you would see them on billboards. I mean, that advertisement really changed what you were seeing, and those movies that really were great, or at least you heard something. Now, if you want to hear about a movie, you have to be on YouTube to get ideas, or on the internet, because they're not advertising it anymore, or they're just putting out straight to DVD.
100%. Pat, how many? But also to you, like to your point, Pat, how many movies have you gone out of your way to like that? Like for me, when I go through I'll go through Netflix or I'll go through HBO. If I don't like, I'll look at it, but if I don't like, it doesn't have a connection.
Like
I'm out.
Like
Yeah.
the last,
Like,
like
how
the
many-
last,
like,
the last
how
five
many
movies,
risks have you
the last
taken?
5 movies I really wanted to see, I've been kind of like, on them.
Okay.
Like the one with Denzel Washington and the guy that played Freddie
That was a
Mercury.
disappointment.
I was like, it was
yeah.
eh.
I heard
Yeah.
the guy who
Eh.
played Freddie Mercury was not. That was his.
He was
like,
fine.
Denzel was fine.
They were good. I mean, the movie was okay, but it was just like it was kind of like
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
wasn't anything good. Like
You're just hard to please, Pat.
Like,
Just
like,
hard to
like I
please.
remember when I first time I watched the movie like Seven, and I was like, this movie is like fucking insane. Like,
Okay.
it's great. Or like Fight Club back in the day.
Yeah.
Things like that. There's like,
No,
there's
you're
nothing
right.
like that I've seen lately.
Yeah, but because it's all about money, I feel like now. I don't know if that's
I mean,
true.
I just
but
haven't
that's
seen-
what you hear.
you know the one.
I'm throwing out some BS.
One of the last movies that I thought was like really good was when I watched the foreign version of like the Girl with the Dragon Tattoo franchise. I mean, it's all in subtitles, but those movies I was hooked on that.
You know
first
what's
one.
crazy is Amazon or not Amazon or all the TV shows like this like everything on Netflix that's where all the greatness.
I think
comes from.
TV's right now. TV's where it's at.
Yeah.
Like TV is where it's at right now.
And here's the thing: the market's so flooded
Yeah.
with that, it's hard to hear the good stuff from.
Like if I think of all the things that have been good lately, they've all been TV shows, that I've liked.
But that's
TV
where I think
shows.
all the good ideas are going to. Because
Yeah.
like, why would you try to plug everything into a TV show when you can do like they're gonna do the Odessa thing? They're gonna put that into a movie.
I looked up the best films of the last 5 years, which is from 2015 to 2019.
Are these gonna be like
And there's-
Academy Award winning ones?
There's two on there. One Peter wants to see and we haven't seen, but I think the fourth one on the list Peter has seen, and he would probably agree that it's a pretty decent movie. So the third one on the list is The Green Book.
That's a really good movie.
I want to see that.
That
Peter
is
wants
a
to
great
see it.
movie.
And then the fourth one
I
is
liked it. It took me a while to get to it, but I liked it a lot.
the fourth one is Hacksaw Ridge.
I didn't see it either.
XR Ridge.
And that's the one where the
Where
pacifist.
the pacifist is
I-
out there.
Okay, do you want to hear? Okay, so really quickly, Chris.
However, number 7. This list is. I think this list is kind of biased because number 7 is The Accountant with fucking Ben Affleck.
Oh,
Which was
no.
okay. Which is like,
Yeah.
It was another movie that was meh.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
So I was listening to
was
Tiger
good.
Belly.
I like that.
Yeah.
What did you have something? Do you want to go? I'm sorry.
Well, no. So
I
I
didn't
just
cut you off.
I mean, I love movies, and I can tell
Yeah,
you,
no, and
there are going to be great movies that come out every year. So, but I'm terrible at remembering names.
Me too.
So, one of my favorite movies of 2019, which I think it's not revolutionary, but it is
That was a solid movie.
it is a great
Is that
in
one
the
right?
genre. Yeah, is
Yeah, that was-
Knives Out.
That was solid. Yeah,
It's
that
a
was solid.
Oh, I love
great
Knives Out. I thought
whodunit.
it was good too.
I would easily watch that movie if it came on TV.
100%. I love
And that just
yeah.
came out last year.
Yeah.
Now,
Katrina did not like that movie when I watched it with her, but I liked it.
Really?
I
thought it was
loved
good.
it.
I
I thought it was a great
love-
whodunit.
yeah.
I would love to
Although-
watch
although-
that
although
again.
I love movies
Knowing,
like that. Yeah.
Although Daniel
Yeah.
Craig with the southern accent was a little weird. I'm not gonna lie about that.
listen, apparently it got enough that they're going to make it a
I
sequel,
liked the movie and I
Okay.
liked it.
and it's going to center around Daniel Craig's character again, trying to solve another kind of crazy mission.
Yeah, he's like a
because
Sherlock
this
Holmes type guy.
eccentric
Yeah.
individual.
We'll
Now,
see if that works, but yeah.
are any of the ideas in that movie revolutionary and new? No, but
No.
they did such a great job on those. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that's
an
very
old classic,
Yeah,
who done it.
Yeah. So I was listening to Fighter and the Kid.
Brian
And,
Callen's coming back
no.
down a little more often.
Yeah, no, not Fighter and the Kid. And I like that. I think he's pivotal
Yeah.
on that. Like,
Yeah.
I like the other two guys, but like you need.
Yeah.
But no, I'm sorry. I was listening to Tiger Belly, and Kalila was talking to Brooke Kreischer, and it's a really good episode. And they're talking.
Is this
about,
new? I haven't seen this.
Yeah, it was on Friday.
Oh, okay.
And they're talking about Kalila was talking about she had gotten an abortion because with Bobby Lee.
Uh-huh.
And then Bobby Lee immediately like told everybody.
Yeah.
And he did that as like a whatever. But she was talking about how on the early podcast, she just kind of followed suit and told everybody everything, and she regrets it.
Mm.
And so like that made me thinking, like I literally stopped me in my tracks, like, have we said anything that we would regret saying to the public?
On this like
Yeah.
things that I've said in my life?
Well, no.
Or things on this podcast.
To public, like, because this is like forever. This is out there, guys. For better or for worse, this is out there forever. And I was kind of thinking that, like, that makes me a little nervous. Like, oh, she regrets some of the things she said, and she's grown because people judge her for what she said for the last 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's a position that I
don't know if it'll ever be.
It's hard to relate to that.
Yes,
but
because she's at thousands.
There are definitely, like, I consider myself a very open person, and a lot of it has I felt been made casual because of how open I am to talk about it. But there are things that I'm like, oh, in this group it's okay.
Yeah, you don't want it out loud.
But there are things there that, because you don't know who I am as a whole, you're going to judge me for this.
Yeah.
Where context really makes a lot. And I feel like for her in this situation, I didn't know about this, but I feel like because of the animosity that could come
with that,
she's probably getting a lot of
well,
stuff.
and also
for
people
her.
just know so much about her.
Yeah.
Pat, if you wanna throw us out on this whiskey, that'd be great.
Sure, absolutely. It is the Baker 7 Kentucky Straight Bourbon Barrel, 107 proof. So this is pretty strong. 7 years, 7-year aged beer.
We'll try it.
Whiskey today. It is definitely a stronger one, I'm guessing. Chris said yes.
I haven't smelled it yet, but
I'm shaking
feeling-
my head because I like the taste of it. It's actually pretty good.
So this is it's part of the Jim Beam family. It's named after Baker Beam.
That's why you gotta go. That's why you gotta mix it with a little dew.
So they spent a good team of their life. They don't really talk about anything about. They don't really talk much about what's in it. So
that's rubbing out all. It's not bad. Like, it's smooth. It's very smooth. But
I feel like the bite
it
on
hit my
this-
lip, and it was like I had a cut on my. I feel like I have a cut on my lip. That's how burning.
I
The
do have a
burning.
cut. I bit my lip yesterday. I'm waiting.
Isn't that the worst?
It's right dead center, right on the inside. So now I catch myself nibbling on it.
That's
You know,
interesting.
sometimes you bite on your lip, and it's like
All day, you driving home. If you got nothing, We have like a 45-minute drive home.
It's that.
All
like,
I do is
It
is
is
a very-
like that nervous energy thing.
that's hot.
To me, it's got a very
No.
sweet finish. It's hot.
It's not. It's smooth, but it's hot.
I haven't had it yet.
It's a
but
very. I
I'm
like
gonna
the
say
finish.
this:
I like the finish a lot on it.
the fact that
I don't know.
I've
I'm
been,
getting a nice coffee taste.
I've been
out of it.
drinking this like thicker than a Snicker level tasting beer from the fucking.
Also, Pat, I'm gonna pay for your heat. Like, what are we doing here?
Oh,
I'm
on.
freezing.
Right now,
I'm in perfect harmony right here.
Yeah, we know.
um,
We know. Yeah, because you sweat when you're standing there. You know, you're always hot.
I'm about to
I
cuddle Chris
run
over
warm.
here.
I
Jesus
run warm.
Christ,
And
I'm
you
freezing
got
myself
a-
every time I
you
drink
got
something
a-
cold. I'm like,
You got a beautifully fitted sweater.
I
You look like
I would
I'm not
agree,
even
Chris,
joking.
I like
I've been
this
watching. I just started WandaVision. You look like that Paul Bettany character Vision in his suit because you got muscles. You look like you're wearing tiny shoulder pads.
Yo,
in
you
that
know the way
thing.
of my heart, baby.
That
Do
is-
you two want to
that
get? Do you
is-
two want to get a room after this?
I'm
I mean,
just
like-
saying. I'm
watch
just
out,
saying.
watch out. He's trying to get his foot in the door to get you life insurance and Dateline your ass. I've been trying it for 3 years
Chris,
on me.
I've been trying the game with you for years. You know my moves. I've moved on. Are you jealous?
he's gonna go to Peter, and then he's going to Sexy Pepsi next.
Listen, jackass. I'm the sole survivor on these life insurance over here. I'm not sharing nothing with you.
Working my way down the totem pole. I'll get there eventually.
Yeah,
All right?
yeah,
I'll get there eventually.
So-
Yeah, working your way down to Sexy Pets. You ain't got nothing
If it doesn't
left.
work, he's going to Big Mike and see what happens.
Well, I mean, my mom's already got that one covered. I'm
She's
sorry.
like, too late, buddy. I got more than you can get.
Holy fuck.
It's-
whiskey is hard.
it's hot.
I like this one. I
No,
like
it's
this
not. No, it's a good taste.
one.
It's
I
just
like
hot.
the heat. I like the heat.
That whiskey's so hard, it can fit anything in its prison wallet. It is
Oh, God.
so fucking hard.
Yeah, no, that dude's.
Ooh.
That's a little doo-doo.
That's a.
We're going back to the original Mountain Dew.
The OG. This is legit.
I mean, you might want to save that for the probably Chris is probably a real rubbing alcohol. I'm
talking
guessing.
about retro.
Hey, don't worry.
Going back to episode 1, man.
Yes.
Going back to
Go a little
episode
retro
1.
on us.
Oh, we're going retro with Chris's whiskey. That's a good segue, guys. Without you trying to.
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
Wait,
The,
what?
the old tub.
Old tub, yeah. We could get into that. We might save that for next week.
I don't know what we're
Just
talking.
because we got. I mean,
Did
we're
we have
already
one of
like-
those in the first ones?
No. It's just an old.
It's a
tub,
retro.
isn't
It's a
it?
retro
Yeah.
recipe. On the-
Oh. Pat's like, let's get the next fucking thing of whiskey going. He was
Yeah.
ready to go.
Well,
Ready
yeah.
to go.
Pat's about to throw down some stuff. Where we at, Joe? How we feeling today?
In terms of time,
Yeah, buddy.
sitting at an hour, so
Oh,
we
okay,
still got
great.
a lot of time. Yeah.
But
Listen, we're conscious to our podcast fans.
Both the fight starts in 13 minutes.
Okay, but they're the prelims, right?
Oh, main card.
I've got a lock of the week for the fight.
Oh, let's go!
I'm gonna bring it
Joe.
back.
Oh, because
The Joes!
I need to make some money, baby.
I'm gonna
Okay,
bring
great.
it back.
Can I get my brother?
The Joe C. Lock of the Week of the Century.
And we gotta tweet this
MMA
out.
style.
I gotta pull up the card because
Okay.
The
I'm gonna
Joe
put
C.
all the money
I'm
in.
assuming you're
Lock
not
of
doing the
the
Adesanya
Century.
fight.
Of the week.
Does
this fight already
I'll
occurred
be
yet?
honest though. I gotta check if the fight already occurred.
Oh, boo.
I don't know where he is on the card, but
That's
I know
cool.
the individual. I know.
Are you
his
talking about
skill.
that green hair guy that broke
No,
his toe
no.
a while back?
Okay, so
No.
the last thing I really wanted to talk about, and I thought it was kind of funny why Joe looks this up, is you know how we talked about in a couple talking retro again. We talked a couple podcasts ago about Chow China was gonna do the old woohoo with the
Oh,
Who
the
is
Moon
this?
River?
the Moon
Wow,
River moon
yes.
for the COVID, and I got this from the King of the Sting.
You got the
but
COVID test?
No, I thought it was funny. Is China said or U.S. asked China to let their U.S. citizens not get anal probed.
And they said no, they-
No, China's like, oh yeah, don't worry about it.
So wait, just for
Yeah.
just for reference,
sorry,
so
yeah.
people. I mean, this is coming out of left field. China now, for any individual coming internationally outside of the country of China, is required to take a swab for
of your-
COVID
of your anal.
Of your
through the
cavity.
anal cavity.
Yes.
But Joe,
Yes,
but Joe, we have so many fans that they've clearly heard this before.
There you
I
go.
just want the
Hey,
people
hey,
to know.
Honestly, Joe, I really
Why?
do
Because
appreciate
this
it.
really
The
sounds
fuck?
cartoony.
Yes,
if
it
you
does.
didn't hear it, it sounds like a joke, but it
Yes.
is anyone coming into the country
China.
of China
Yep.
is required to take this test.
That's because China wants to put a microchip
Through
up
this
your
method.
It's
Through this
possible.
method.
Because
Seriously, very much that?
because COVID is more, it's easier to test through fecal matter than through your nose.
Listen, it may sound crazy, but in all reality, they've been dealing with it longer. This may be
Also,
the
Chris,
best
also,
method.
Chris, it's like the up your nose thing, the long one, but up the other door.
Yeah. But so U.S. asked China not to do that to U.S. citizens, and China's like, oh yeah, hey, don't worry about it. And then Japan's like, hey, can you not? And then Japan's like, no. Bend the Japanese men over. Woohoo!
Oh,
And Japan's
man.
like, yo, Like, hey, we get this is your country, but can you stop anal probing our fucking citizens? Like, please. And I was dying laughing. Listen,
It's unreal.
China's like prime minister's like, hey guys, come on. All right,
Hey,
the
China-
jokes.
We talking about Winnie the Pooh? or
China's
no?
so great, baby. China's so
Don't
great.
say that. We'll get killed.
China's so great.
Oh, we're gonna get killed because I called the Chinese
Yes,
Prime Minister
don't
Winnie
do
Pooh.
that. He'll get us killed.
Yeah,
Okay.
I feel like Joe's guy already won or lost. I'm guessing here.
That's
No,
okay.
I'm just going through it.
Was Dominic Cruz
This is
in
good
this
with the do. With the do.
Yeah, he's fighting right now.
I hope he wins.
He's in the prelims.
Who's fighting right now?
Dominic Cruz.
Oh yeah, I did hear that. Everybody was all upset. He's
He's
like, I don't care. I
Titty.
want to get back to the championship. So
Dude, some of these dudes, this
this is gonna be a great fight.
This is gonna sound stupid. Some of these dudes are ridiculously good looking to be fighters. If that makes sense, I don't mean it. I know it sounds weird, but like some of these
It's like
guys
you boxing, Joe. You're too
can
good looking to be boxing.
Legit be,
Among other things, yes.
yeah.
I'm hoping
Too
we can
bad
get
to be
into it.
boxing.
I'm hoping that we can get into a spot here because I'm wondering because I mean, like
I'm trying to figure
Texas,
this out.
Illinois opened up a little bit more.
You looking at Thiago Santos?
Oh, you're saying tonight to go
Santos?
see
Yeah.
the fight? Yeah, I'm
I'm
hoping
hoping
so too.
we can
You always go
into
to
it.
EPI when they'll pack you in.
Give me a second.
I don't want that.
I'm assuming he's probably already fought.
Who are we looking for, Joe? Who do you think?
I'm
Is it
trying
a
to-
woman or a man?
It's a man.
Okay.
What weight class is he fighting?
I don't know. I thought he was a shorter black guy, and it's not Israel.
Adesanya.
Yeah, although
It's
I
not the
do-
Sterling guy.
I don't think
5'7", fighting Peter Yan.
It might be.
Oh, Peter Young's gonna.
You see
rock
Adesanya-
that.
I feel
well,
like it might
if
be-
Adesanya
I feel like
wins
it might
tonight,
be
he would be
Sterling,
the-
But I'm trying to. I took a note here.
If Adesanya would win, he'd be the lightest guy to ever win at the title because he's weighing at 200 and like. a half
Oh,
pound.
lightest.
The only
I thought
other-
you were saying
The only other
lightest.
person you
latest,
got is T. Jones.
Did he win?
No, he lost. Or no, he actually won. No, he won
Why
by
is that
KO.
guy's face so red?
Because that's where he got punched.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice! Look at that! Oh, look
shit.
at that!
That's crazy.
So we're I mean, this is terrible for the podcast. We're looking at ESPN. We're trying to help Joe out here, and we're just looking at pictures.
does
of
like
guys.
color coding where the guy got his ass
Yeah,
whipped looks
no,
like.
no. ESPN does like if you're ever looking at an MMA fight, they'll show you where the dude got hit, and they color code it with red. But yeah, hey Joe, we'll figure it out, and we'll tweet it out. Hopefully, it's not too late.
It's
probably
too
too
late.
You're talking about Francis Ngannou because he's in the fight for a few weeks. Here's
small-
boy Sean.
He's not a small
The
guy.
guy that I was talking about is Sean O'Malley, by the way.
The guy
With the
I'm
green
thinking
hair.
he may not be fighting this weekend.
Okay.
In which case, I don't have.
We don't have a Tito Booty.
People wanted the lock of the week, Joseph.
Hold on, just give me a minute.
Chris, you wanna talk about this? What do we got? Scotch. We're working through our advent calendar. We're not as big of alcoholics as we
used
to be. So we're gonna try to do one a week, and just kind of get rid of them.
And there's still how many do we have left?
We
have-
have quite a few.
We were doing it pretty consistent.
We had 4 scotches, 2 Japanese whiskeys, and 3 U.S. whiskeys.
I didn't know we were doing another one.
Oh, wait, so that's not bad though, because we were doing 3 of those vials a night, or 3 of those vials a podcast.
Well, I only brought 1 because we had a shit ton of scotches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we didn't want to mess. And also we got. I mean, we're
And
all
plus,
getting
that
our-
scotch last week sucked.
Was
Badonka
it 2 weeks or that was last week?
That was last week. That tastes like a tire fire.
Why is this like?
It's called
It's just like pink, dude.
Glitcho Man.
See how pink it is?
And that's all I got because Pierre took the picture of the friendly card.
Wait, no, you gotta get in here, baby. Don't. Oh, I did take a picture of
Yeah,
that.
the friendly card has got some.
Relaxing Sunday with
butterflies.
Oh, it's Kincho Man. Let's look up.
It's also very weird because it's like pink.
Okay.
It's like
Chris,
wine.
give me a taste test. Tell me what you think
Oh
about it.
shit! It smells like fucking wine.
It looks like
Oh
wine.
my god, smell it.
All
smells
I
like
taste
smoky
is
wine.
Delicious Mountain Dew.
Ooh, yeah.
And
That
whatever
really
that
does.
is.
That really does smell like a wine. It's got the Scotch.
Oh, it definitely's got the nice smoky taste. It's not as bad as the one last week.
Okay. Well, listen, you're learning things here on the Saturday Night Pregame podcast.
Got the very oaky taste to it. Your iPad has not been backed up,
I
sir.
appreciate it.
It's a little too oaky for me still.
Still a little too oaky. I'm not a Scotch guy. Like, I remember when Joe was nice enough to bring that investment idea out, and I'm just like, the problem is, like, we'd hopefully get a couple bottles. No
I like the-
Joe, I'm still in on that investment idea if you're in.
Yeah, I was thinking I want to do it.
Yeah. No. So
I
I
just
mean,
hadn't
all our
brought it
fans
up.
out there, again, we're at Podcast S&P for Instagram, Podcast S&P for Twitter. We're gonna have some shirts that say S&PP and have the our Twitter on
Shit
there.
and
That's in
PP.
PP.
Yeah,
Shit and
S&PP.
PP.
Yeah,
Shit
we're
and
the
PP.
S&PP baby. I love it. Saturday Night Pregame podcast, and then we're gonna have just one of our logos.
Did Sterling win?
It's
He's
fun.
not-
No, he's fighting in the He's the third fight for the. He's a
title.
Like co main event.
Go.
He's the lowest rung of the title fights.
Yes.
Hold on, I think this is who it is.
You think he's going to beat the champ?
Hold on.
Where'd you get your tip from, Joe?
So I've been listening to a couple podcasts,
Joe Rogan.
and I always love listening. I mean, I'm always into fighting. Like,
really? So you're into
anything,
the MMA podcast? Huh?
I'm into MMA. Anything to do with fighting, honestly. Like I've even started stepping into bare knuckle boxing, but I love it all.
Oh, okay, that's awesome.
I really do
that.
love it because it's just I'm not good at it, but I like to do it, and it's just like it's a passion.
Do you like to do it yourself?
I love to do it all by myself. Yeah. You want to see me do it?
Hey.
Joe, you excited?
Me.
You excited for that Thor fight in September?
What?
The Mountain from
Oh man, that is
really
really
who's he
strong.
fighting? Yes, I read about this again. Who is this?
The Mountain from Game
I
of
know,
Thrones
but
versus
who-
Eddie Hall.
That's who it is. I was trying to think of who took the fight. Yeah. I don't know. That's gonna be like.
I'm quite interested in that one.
Mm-hmm. I kind of love these weird, super dumb fights. Like
real traditional guys don't like it, but I love it.
yeah, Ajuman.
Let's do circus. We can't get a circus anyways.
Ajuman Sterling over Peter Yan.
And that is a Joe C. Lock of the century of the week.
But
MMA style.
It brings
UFC style.
It brings people to it, and people could then like
Gets the people going, baby.
It does, and then they get into the real stuff, and it just brings people like if it's listen, everybody loves a fucking crash on the side of the road. They want to know what's going on.
Absolutely.
All right,
Absolutely.
and it's only going to help it. And honestly, just like it did to football, it made football. It was you could very much see it like a brute sport. And they've created rules, regulations, even safety products to help the sport. And now it's even better than it was
Absolutely.
50 years ago.
Do you guys know why we have seatbelts?
It's going to be...
I have no idea why we have seatbelts.
I saw the movie.
Do you know who the person is that drove the seatbelts and all that stuff, like safety in the cars?
Not at all.
Ralph Nader. Ralph
Nader?
Guy who ran for president a couple times in the Green Party. He was a big consumer advocate against safety for vehicles, and car companies really hated him.
Yeah. So the
Wait,
guy that...
That's the guy Dana Carvey played in SNL
Yes.
along
But
with
wait,
George
why
Bush.
why was the seatbelt a thing? Like, why did that just, or you just...
I'm
sorry, why was Ralph Nader a big proponent of it?
He was a lawyer, I believe, that was like big on I think he was suing companies that did like for things like that along the line, and he went after the car safety regulations.
Originally, it was just an extra... I mean, there's an interesting thing if you ever... I think it's a podcast, but I was reading a book. It was just interesting on the innovations that had to come to the car because of lawsuits.
Yeah.
So it started with windshield wipers and...
Intermittent wipers, too.
Yep. And so that was like a huge thing because it was just an extra cost. It was a luxury. All these items were originally viewed as luxury items, and then through like state mandate.
History is so interesting.
There's a movie about the guy that invented the intermittent wipers, and he got totally fucked.
Yeah, because he did it Chrysler. Yeah. And he did it on company time, so it's like, well, sorry, bud.
Yeah.
Which is such a crazy thing.
Same thing with developers nowadays. Like, you deal with someone on company time, like...
Oh, yeah.
Fucking
software developers, forget it. No, that's super interesting. I was actually listening to, I haven't really listened to a lot of Joe Rogan, but I was listening to Joe Rogan and the Silk Road because I really like that book. And they're talking about Obrook. And he's the guy who's gone to jail. He's got he could have gotten 10 years. They were going to give him.
He's got life on top of life on top of life.
Yeah, and 34 years.
Never mind. I was just going to ask for a little bit more.
Mountain Dew or what? Of that?
No.
Yeah, go ahead. Feel free. Go ahead. Give it.
Is that okay?
Yeah, please.
He doesn't want it.
I hate scotch. But no, I was going to say, so Obrook, he could have gotten a 10-year, they were going to give him 10 years.
You know, the thing about his stuff was like, I felt like he got like, I feel like, I know.
What do you do for that, Joe? Are you good?
If you listen to it, it would not go well.
No, it's not going to go well, Joe.
If him and like a lot of these kind of things I listen to, like, you look at the stuff and it's like, I feel like there's so much like, almost entrapment in some of these investigations.
Oh, yeah. No, it was bad.
Like, I feel like he got really entrapped, like, a lot, like, with the whole, like, death plot part of it.
But that's the scary part. Like, if that's where Joe Rogan was talking to the dude. It's like that guy was corrupt, and this guy was trying to make a career on Obrook. But at the same time, Obrook said, kill this dude. So what do you do?
I mean, it's a catch-22 there.
I think this is a great, maybe not a fantastic parallel, but going back to the Night Stalker, that this tastes like I'm chewing on burnt wood.
Yeah.
I feel like I've got like a burnt.
It smells like burnt wood.
It like 100%.
I don't know with the color. Really
I took the wood, the wooden glowing ember out of the fireplace.
Cool it down
just,
and ate it.
Just hit it. Hit it right in the
Give
mouth.
it a quick blow. Gonna cool this bad boy off.
3 blows, cool it down.
3. Not 1, not 2, not 3.
The third one gets in. The third one is what you need. The third one is the one.
Pause.
Wait for it.
Hold.
There you go. That was room temperature, baby. Now we're good.
Then you pop it in.
Oh,
And that is exactly
Do not attempt this at home,
what
ladies
you're
and gentlemen.
chewing on. You're
Do not
getting
attempt at home.
every bit of ashy taste without the texture.
That one was not nearly as ashy as the one. Whatever that one last week or 2 weeks ago, that one tasted.
That
like,
was a tire fire.
That tasted like I basically was chewing wood like
that
a
was a
horn in the
fucking
cob.
tire fire.
I
That last
digress.
one last
I
week.
interrupted. I digress.
No, you were up on Oprah.
No, we're going.
You were
Yeah, his whole entire thing was, now let's take a sidetrack. It's a parallel to your story. Blow on the coal fire.
Yes.
Why
Parallel-
don't we put a pin in that and these two guys can get a little speed this week and then we'll bring it up next
No,
week?
the parallel is
real
that
quick,
guy, that detective in San Francisco that literally started beating the shit out of the Night Stalker's cousin.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
I thought it was his friend, not his cousin.
Whatever.
Or his
Doesn't
friend.
matter.
I'm sorry,
Like
the
a
guy
girlfriend.
who...
Yeah, friend of a friend.
The level,
something,
yeah. It was,
Doesn't
but it was just the way he's like, I gave him a punch and he taught,
Yeah.
and in all
Okay.
realisticness,
He beat the crap out of
Oh,
him.
yeah.
He probably put his head in the door. He started smashing the door on his head. And shit.
I mean, I would,
Okay.
being a cop of the A's would have been great.
Right.
Just
Where
smashing
did
people.
that come from, Pat?
I'm saying, you never seen the things like they talk about the shit they used to do. Like,
Pat would be like, I'm sodomizing you right now.
I mean,
my
they
nightclub.
would put your fingers like
Yeah,
in a thing,
it's like,
and they would
this
fucking
is-
hammer your fingers.
This
and
is
shit. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Listen,
That's why-
everybody does it, all right?
that's why in Chicago.
I almost killed a guy. So what?
Have you ever listened to the shit that John Burge guy did in
Oh,
Chicago?
that's
Like,
terrible.
he would just beat the fuck out of you.
Yeah, that's why he got so many confessions.
Fuck out of him.
Yeah, the people wanting the beatings and
Like,
stuff.
I would have told you I killed Hoffa with the shit that he like beat the fuck out of people with. I mean, yeah, whatever you want, I did it. I bombed the World Trade Center. I did it all. I did everything.
Yeah, it's terrible. That is really... I
wasn't alive, but I did it. That was me.
But that's the scary part of all that is you got to be real careful, like especially with these guys who, especially the guys like you're watching Tom Randolph, and like you got to be real careful because they're all pushing for a certain thing.
Here's the thing that I've seen, and it sounds so simplistic, but it is very difficult because, again, for you, this is your first time playing the game. For them, they do this every day.
Yes, you're 100%
and it all
right.
comes down to interrogation.
Yep.
And if you lawyer up,
that's-
you just say,
Get a
I'm
lawyer.
asking for my lawyer, or you don't talk.
ever.
But I mean,
even if you're absolutely innocent and you think
Yes.
you get a lawyer.
stop. Even if it's like it doesn't matter. Just if they want you in an interrogation room, you do not go in without a lawyer.
Yeah.
That's it.
You need to do Dave Chappelle's skit where he sits there and pleads the
I
fifth.
plead the fifth.
And
One,
be
two,
like,
three,
I
four.
want a lawyer.
Oh, no,
I want a lawyer. Chris, can we ask you a couple questions? I want a lawyer.
I don't want to be bad in my community. Look bad. Can I come back Tuesday?
I want a lawyer. I want a lawyer.
But really, that is
I love that sketch. That's a great sketch.
that is the truth. I mean, that's like the thing, and you hear that from people of all walks, and you hear lawyers talk about it, and you even hear like some retired police officers, dude, just don't talk to the cops.
because even if you're
Even if
1,000%,
yeah.
I mean, we were talking about the one principal who was just a go-getter. Like
Yeah.
he
Really weird.
weird guy, but he was all about his teachers and ran to make sure she was okay. And he's number one suspect.
I thought he was going to be the one that did it. I thought he was going to be the one that did it for sure.
Oh,
100%
see?
sure.
Well, don't talk to Pat either.
Right.
All right.
I don't know what that means.
Go turn on the microwave, Pat. Get on the microwave.
Badass in there.
Get in there, baby. Show them
Yeah,
what's
of
up.
course you can. No, dude. Yeah, of
Do
course
your
you
thing.
can.
All right, wait. Where are we at?
So
Joe,
we're just under a minute 20. So
Oh, baby.
we should be wrapping up. But
Yeah.
we do have a lock of the century of the week.
Okay, give it to me one more time. And who we calling?
I forgot
Chris
his name.
Sterling.
Sterling
Over Jan.
Sterling over Pim.
Okay.
I
Jan.
don't know the other guy's
Jan.
name.
It's Peter Jan.
Jan.
Peter Yan. Okay, so I don't know if I agree with that because I saw the last time Peter Yan put somebody into another space, but we're gonna go with it and we're tweeting it out and we're gonna bet it. I'm excited for tonight.
Like
who do you think's
Stone
gonna win
Cold
the main?
champs.
Who do you think's gonna win? Between, I'd love to get your personal opinions just before it.
I think Stylebender is ridiculous.
Israel.
I think Polish guy comes up with an upset.
Okay.
I'm gonna agree with Pat. That the way he hit that in that lightweight title fight last year, where he hit the dude. Who did he fight last time?
He fought the guy that almost beat Jones.
He hit him so hard, and that like just the power behind his punches is kind of scary.
I feel like if you were to put these two people as cartoon characters, it is literally the skill
versus the Hulk.
Versus the strength.
Adesanya's got to fight. Adesanya's got to stay away from his power, and if he can do that, he'll get a chance to win the fight. If he starts getting a slugfest, he's going to lose.
I think Israel is gonna win.
Me too.
I think he's gonna win.
2-1.
I hope it's a good fight.
It's a split one on that one.
I hope it's a good fight.
I 100% agree with you guys.
Obviously, we all agree Nunez is going to beat.
Man, dude, I don't know. That lady she's fighting is a fucking Amazon. She's ridiculously tall. She's like, it'd be like Peter and me fighting. Like the height differential is out fucking outrageous.
I still think Nunez.
No, also the lady, but I believe that lady lost to Holmes and Nunez destroyed Holmes. Oh, so as long as Nunez has her shit together, I think
I'll never forget that time she beat the crap out of Ronda.
That's not like that little triangle thing is like the thing that I love about fighting because it's not true. Just because you beat him, and he beat him doesn't mean he's going to beat you.
Absolutely, I'm just saying. But like, if you look at when they weighed in the height differential on those two, it's like ridiculous. Like, holy, are they in the same division? Like, how are these? But
this is the thing that I love, and because it's becoming popular, you get people of skill going to the game.
Yeah,
is size plays a huge part until it's skill,
and I'm not sure how.
And then it's a different game.
Brendan Schaub talks about when you coming up, his power destroyed all. As soon as he met a guy who knew how to handle power and had enough, it was over.
Yeah.
My question is though, like with the the height differential is like I'm not sure how this lady got to the title fight because I know she lost to Holmes when she first started, I believe.
Is this the featherweight or the bantamweight?
I'm not sure about that one.
I think
because they don't have very many contenders in featherweight.
But like I know that she I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure this lady lost to Holmes when she first came in, and I'm not sure what she's done since then. So I'm not sure. Like I feel like they're running out of people putting as Nunez. Honestly, God, they're just like.
So it sounds like you're not sure.
Yeah, they want to get the what is it? They want to get the Shevchenko lady to fight her for
the third time.
Yeah, third time.
Yeah. But why would she? The guy lady's good too. We
saw her beat. What happened
to
to Rose? Is she still fighting?
She beat somebody a couple.
She's a
title fighter.
There's a the champion's a Chinese lady, and she wants to fight Rose.
This is a featherweight bout, Chris. So it's the same as Rousey, right? Featherweight's Rousey's.
I think it's the top weight, pretty much.
I thought the featherweight.
No, that was the one with Cyborg. I think.
Okay, so she's at the higher one. I mean, that makes sense.
Well, we were supposed to stop this about 6 minutes ago. I appreciate the banter here. I think so. We got Stylebender. We got the other guy,
the Black Chovich.
We all think
Polish power, baby,
is going to win, and we're going with Joe's lock of the week.
Sterling.
And Chris and I recommend the Baker's 7.
No, I like the Baker 7. I would not touch any scotch, even if you paid me to
the Lagavulin wasn't bad, like Chris Brown.
That's true.
And you got the Johnny Walker Gold label back there still.
Oh, yeah. That's
blue label.
That's a little sweeter now. Okay. So, hey, listen. We want to thank you guys. If this is your first time listening, thank you for listening. If you're a repeat listener, we appreciate it.
Of course,
we're at Podcast S&P for Twitter and Instagram. Shoot us an email at the S&P podcast at gmail.com. We got stickers. If you guys want some free stickers, shoot us an email. We'll mail them out to you. We're going to have some t-shirts soon.
I really thought you said Snickers.
Snickers, no. But hey, thank you again for listening and hope you guys are all having a good week. Your stimuluses should be coming. We heard about that. So enjoy that extra $1,400, baby.
Let's go, Loyola University of Chicago. We need a Sister Jean signing in the NCAA tournament. Bye!